This is the ESA News Desk. I'm Sarah Panko. Joining me now, Steve Flutter. He's the CEO of NEC Energy Solutions. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's talk about NEC.
So NEC is a very large global company based in Japan.
Okay.
That's been in business for more than 100 years. We are an information communication technology enterprise, and we entered the energy storage business in 2014 by acquiring a very dynamic startup company in Massachusetts.
Okay.
That was a company that was spun out of MIT. So we are taking our information communication technology expertise and bringing that to the energy industry on the platform of energy storage.
Wow. So let's talk about any recent developments by your company that you can talk about here today.
Well, I would say maybe if I could just go back just a little bit. In terms of energy storage, we've been in this business for about 11 years.
Okay.
We've been doing this as long as anybody else. We actually did the very first grid-connected energy storage system using lithium-ion batteries. And we were, as I mentioned, acquired in 2014 by NEC. But the interesting development for us is the first 10 years of our history, which means 12 months ago, after being in business for 10 years, we had accumulated about 250 megawatts of installed systems around the world. In the last 12 months, we tripled that.
Wow.
So we're up to 750 megawatts, and we will be over 800 megawatts in about 2 weeks when we make a couple of announcements, and we'll be over 1 gigawatt before this year is over. So if you just think about how that plays out in terms of 10 years, 250, 1 year, almost a gigawatt.
Yeah.
I mean, we really are at this inflection point in our industry right now. So here at ESA, we're all about promoting and advancing the energy storage industry, and I think that we are sort of a proof point and a market leader at that this is really the time for energy storage, and that it's really taking off in a big, very dramatic way.
Yeah, and going along with that, I was going to ask you, where you see the industry going, and a lot of people here have been saying that the consumers are getting more on board, and it's really booming. So this is great to hear.
Well, it's booming for kind of its own reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's booming not so much because it's being forced into the market, but it's booming because the market needs it.
Okay.
The market needs this new reinvented electricity platform that the whole transformed system of the future actually can come into being, mm-hmm. and that renewables, wind, solar, and other forms of renewables, demand response, all of these different aspects of the clean energy future can only exist if we fundamentally reinvent the infrastructure of the electricity system. So storage is really the foundation of reinventing that infrastructure that allows everything else to participate in the system. Exciting times, that's for sure. Yes.
So we're at ESA. Any of these things that we're talking about now, you spoke at here at ESA? Because you spoke at a couple sessions, right?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to speak at our kickoff keynote session. And what I talked about was the intersection of data and digital optimization, data science, bringing those competencies that we are very deep at NEC. We have hundreds and hundreds of data scientists in NEC, and we're bringing that together with the physical asset of battery energy storage. And those two combined mm-hmm. are what is this foundation of the new reinvented electricity system of the future.
Wow, and it's important to be here to let everyone know about all these things.
Of course, yeah. Sure. And actually, consistently throughout this week, this concept that I talked about data and the physical assets has really been kind of the buzz of the conversation all week. Well, thank you so much for joining us here. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. This is the ESA News Desk.